Okay. Ready?
I'm ready.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dana Wheeler. I'm a new, I'm a new senior VP of marketing. I'm glad you all are here together because I haven't met personally some of you since I just recently started. I wanted to go over of what a great company I've joined and what we're all about. What's the purpose of this meeting? TFC is a great company that was started in 1996, and right from the beginning we've been making a lot of money. Our revenue streams have been consistent and successful. We are a 24/7 only network that focuses primarily on fashion and fashion news and fashion related stuff, and we've been doing great so far. We've been targeting our targeting strategy was get as many people as possible to view our show and to make the money, and so far we've been doing really well. But other guys, other networks, they've caught up with our success and they started introducing their own shows like ours to compete with us, and they are stealing our lunch money. And those are primarily Lifetime and CNN, and we need to do something really fast, really now, if we don't wanna, get behind, to get back and prove ourselves to be a #1 leader in the industry. And this is the reason I was hired by our CEO to get us ahead and stay ahead for the time ahead.
So, our competitors became very successful in a very short time. You can see at this table how we stand in comparison to our competitors Lifetime and CNN. The average rating shows the percentage of households that watch our network or a certain network at a certain point of time. You can see that only 1.1 million of households watch the fashion channel compared to 3.3 million Lifetime and CNN. We also rate lower than our competitors on consumer satisfaction with our network. We have the perceived value of our network is lower, and the consumer interest in viewing our network is lower. So, what does it mean to us? The impact of our competition. These ratings are used by cable affiliates to determine the price they would pay for a network. Lower ratings mean that will be included in a less appealing package that would be delivered to less households, and in this way Lifetime and CNN would be viewed in more households than the fashion channel. These ratings are also used by the advertisers to determine the price they would pay for a unit advertising price per unit. From my recent conversation with the Senior Vice President of Advertising, Mr. Norm Frazier, he alarmed me that currently Lifetime is stealing a lot of ad buys from the fashion channel because they're attracting a lot of younger demographics, and CNN is stealing a lot of male viewers. He warned that if we do not do anything right now, our price per advertising is going to drop by 10%. Basically, we are going to lose our distribution support. We need to implement a new segmentation strategy right away in order to keep up with our competition.
As we move forward, we have 3 different paths we can follow. The first one is to maintain our broad appeal, which is in essence what we're doing currently. The benefits of this would be that we find a premium group of women aged 18 to 34 in all areas, in all demographics that we broadcast to, and it could also deliver us a ratings boost of up to 20% if we invest enough in it. Of course, the drawbacks are what has been shown in previous slides, which is that projections show a decrease in CPM if we stay on this path. There's also the risk that competition could further erode our pricing. Also, in order to deliver the ratings boost, we have to crank up our advertising, campaigning, as well as introduce new programming. The second scenario would be to focus on fashionistas. The benefits of this would be, this is a very strong group in the premium 18 through 34 age group. So this is going to increase the value of our audience to advertisers. And projections show that this would also lead to an increase in CPM, a very significant increase in CPM. The cons are that it represents only 15% of households, so it's a pretty small group. We would also need to spend $15 million on new programming. The third and final one is to target fashionistas as well as planners and shoppers. Now this has several benefits. One of them is that we will be targeting two different groups in one go. The second one is that this is the premium demographic. It's women aged 18 through 34, so this would strengthen the value of the audience to our advertisers. And it would also show an increase in CPM as well as ad sales. The negative is that there's an initial drop in viewer numbers that is inevitably going to happen. And we would also have to increase spending by $20 million on new programming for this group. Now, what we see in this table is what we are doing currently, what each scenario is going to show on our bottom line. What we see is that if we stay on the current path, eventually we're going to drop in CPM, which would lead to a drop in our margin. Scenario 2 would bring a significant increase in CPM and would also bring a big increase in our margin. But scenario 3, even though it doesn't bring up the CPM as much, would show an increased margin from scenario 2. So because of that, we have to follow number 3.
Let me wrap up just by saying a couple of more points. We're in a great position. We're the biggest company in the market now, and we just have to do a little adjustment in order to maintain this position. Now, our biggest strength is that people know us, they know where we're coming from, they know what we've represented until now, but we can't stay stagnant, we can't do the same thing we did that brought us until where we got today. We have to acknowledge and address our weaknesses. We have competition breathing down our necks. We can't do the same thing that we did up to today, which brought us to a great position, but it's not good enough. We have to keep on moving forward. We have a great opportunity now to really establish ourselves as a market leader. They're chasing us. We're the number one player, but we have to keep our guards up in order to maintain that position. Now, we have Lifetime, we have CNN, they're coming after us. But as long as we do the plan that we elaborated here, plan number 3 that we want to accomplish, we have to make sure that we keep this balance between changing and addressing the new market and not changing too much to alienate the current viewer that like what we produce. Now, let me end by saying that a lot of you might look at me as the outsider, the new person coming in here. Well, I embrace that feeling coming from you because as the outsider, my job was to look for weaknesses in companies as big as this one. This is what I do for a living, and this is why Mr. Thomas, our CEO, brought me here. So what I ask from every one of you is to entrust me with the same support and the same trust that he gave to me, and together I'm looking for the future ahead of us and the hard work that's inside. Thank you very much.